The Weekend TV Cheat. MotherFatherSon, great acting drives ITV's academic thriller, while Richard Gere is wasted in the BBC's overdone media mogul drama. Great acting drives ITV's academic thriller, while Richard Gere is wasted in the BBC's overdone media mogul drama. Cheat ITV MotherFatherSon BBC 2 Afterlife Speechless E460 Days on the Streets Channel 4. Written by Gabby Hull, directed by Louise Hooper, from the same stable as The Missing and Baptiste, was an intriguing psychodrama that spread over consecutive weeknights like an ever-deepening stain. The always superb Catherine Kelly played Leah, a university lecturer whose blissful-seeming existence was torpedoed by Rose, a student shed caught cheating BAFTA-winning Molly Windsor of Three Girls U radiating malevolence. At first, she twisted and teased from the first moment a flash forward to a prison meeting between Leah and Rose, after Leah's husband, Adam Tom Goodman Hill, had been murdered but who was visiting whom, through an eventful plot Leah masturbating in a lavatory cubicle while thinking of a colleague, Leah's cat killed, Adam seduced by Rose, to yet another bloody twist in the final seconds. After it was revealed that Rose was the result of Leah's father's affair. You're my sister. I love you. 2 episodes in and there's still a sense of narrative stretch from, which is mystifying. Gere plays Max, a ruthless media mogul who might remind you of someone Clues sounds like Rupert Murdoch. His newspaper MotherFatherSon works best as a family drama about recovery and dysfunction, with Max's ex-wife, Catherine McCrory, battling him for her son's soul. Only you could speak about the birth of my child as though I wasn't there. However, it is the latest offering from Ricky Gervais, where he plays widower Tony, a man corroded by grief staying alive only to feed his dog who decides to be as obnoxious as he likes and then kill himself, behavior that he thinks is like a superpower. The cast includes Penelope Wilton as a widow, Diane Morgan as Tony's gobby co-worker, and Paul Kaye as a self-satisfied therapist. Apart from video, the problem is the wildly swerving tone from obnoxious to sentimental to caustic to maudlin to pointlessly vile. At one point in U.S. comedy, Minnie Driver plays frazzled, determined Maya, who feels she must be the voice of her teenage son, JJ played brilliantly by Micah Fowler, who has cerebral palsy and communicates via an electronic board. When Maya drags, by the end of a slightly frantic first episode, JJ had a new helper Cedric Yarbrough and Speechless had a promising setup. It Toys with was a Channel 4 documentary about Britain's escalating problem of homelessness, with survivalist Ed Stafford living rough, first in Manchester next in London. Before long, Stafford was eating food from bins, washing his crotch in the basins in public lavatories, and engaging with homeless people, who were mainly friendly. There were some jarring, was this just more tele-poverty tourism? A homeless safari? Before you post, we'd like to thank you for joining the debate. We're glad you've chosen to participate and we value your opinions and experiences. Please choose your username under which you would like all your comments to show up. You can only set, please keep your posts respectful and abide by the and. If you spot a comment you think doesn't adhere to the guidelines, please use the report link next to it to let us know. Please preview your comment below and click post when you're happy with it.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,